It is day 25 of 30 of editing my romantasy novel every single day for 30 days. While editing this in the software, because I finished all of the everything by hand stuff, I managed to delete even more than what I had originally put in here. So I take that as a good sign because, to be fair, like, it took a little while to get through the entire novel. So now it's like I'm coming at it again with like fresh eyes again, which is pretty cool. And I think it just goes to show that, like, when it comes to these drafts, that first draft is going to be messy. It is going to have a lot of stuff in it that's great for you as the writer, but once you get to this editing stage for that second draft, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you just don't need. For example, in chapter 2, Evie is given a list of kind of ingredients that she needs to go pick up. And so originally in the first draft, I wrote down all of the ingredients that she needed to get. But when I read the book after it was all drafted out, I was like, you know what? Nobody cares about what these ingredients are. And instead, you get to follow Evie as she gets those ingredients. So I feel like that's a more interesting kind of journey to follow. Whereas you just get this random list of stuff that means nothing to you, eliminate it, the story goes by fine. You're like, oh, she gets this parchment. Parchment tells her what she needs to do. Now you're following her to the market as she's getting these ingredients and she's having this conversation with, like, the people in the town, and you get to know more about, like, the setting of the book and the differences between, like, Atlantis, which is like the underwater world that she lives in, and the difference of the surface dwellers who live above. And that's super important for the story about the two differences between these two kingdoms. And so I thought that that was really fun because I was like, I don't need this. It was great for me when I was writing it because I kind of used it as a list of, okay, she needs to get, like, Kraken ink, she needs to get a bunch of siren scales and mermaid scales and all this stuff, but then you just delete it and it makes for a better story. And there's lots of instances throughout the entire book where there's stuff like that I just get rid of, but you also have to figure out, based on putting yourself in the reader's shoes, does it add value to the reader or can it be eliminated? Because there's certain parts about, like, certain spells and books and stuff that is important for the plot, so I did not delete any of those, but stuff like this, just eliminate it and the story goes on and I think is better for it. That's kind of my update for day 25, so come join me tomorrow for day 26 of 30, where I will continue to edit my manuscript every single day for 30 days, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!